Well, hi everyone, welcome along to this video. Now many of you have been writing in having trouble with your pneumatic spear guns, and today what we're going to look at doing is how to do a bit of maintenance on the spear gun. We're going to look at how to oil the inside of the spear gun. So you know if your spear gun needs oiling if when you push the spear and it gets a little bit stuck at points or it doesn't come out freely. So the oil in your spear gun does three things. Firstly, it lubricates the shuttle that goes up and down and pushes the spear out. Secondly, it ensures that all the seals inside the spear gun on the O-rings are all sealed properly. And thirdly, it coats the inside of the barrel where the spear goes in, and that gets engorged with water when you're out in the sea. So you do want plenty of oil in that area there, otherwise it can potentially rust. Right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is remove this little bung here at the end of your spear gun. You can use a coin or a washer and just pop that in there and loosen it. And what you'll find in there, you'll see the valve. This is where you fill the spear gun with air from your pump. And if you want to put a bit of oil in there, which is what we're doing today, you can put oil straight into this valve here and push it in using the pump. Right, so the second thing you're going to want to do is screw your pump into that hole in the end. You can put the oil straight into that hole, but because it's quite a small area, you can only put about 1 milliliter in. So what I'm actually going to do today, I'm going to put more than that in, so I'm going to put it in the pump and then drive it into the gun with the pump piston. Right, so to do that, I've unscrewed the top of the pump here, leaving just the hollow chamber. And I'm going to get my oil and pour it straight down that chamber, put the pump back in and drive it into the spear gun that way. Right, so I've got my spear gun down on the ground there, and I've measured out a cap full of oil. I'm being fairly conservative today. I don't think it really needs a lot of oil. You can use a lot more, but I'm just kind of topping it up here. So I've got my oil, and it's just a matter of pouring that out down into the pump there. That. And then I can put the piston back down in and screw on the lid. Now you lose a bit of oil in the transfer because a lot of that oil is going to lubricate the inside of this pump here. So I've added a little bit more than I need for the spear gun today. So once you've done that and you've given it a chance to settle and move down to the bottom, then it's just a matter of pumping that into the gun. So give it a bit of pressure and then push it, and you should hear it go down into the barrel of the gun. Here we go. And we've got a good vacuum there too. So if it doesn't go in, your pump may not be that well lubricated. You can put a little bit more oil in there just to get it to go up and down and form a tight seal. It might be kind of squirting back out this way. So I'll just give it one more pump to make sure all that oil is in. Have to put a bit of pressure on it here. There we go. So a pump of oil and then a pump of air. Just beware when you unscrew the bottom of this, there might be a little bit of leftover oil that could spill out. Hopefully there isn't, because I've done an extra pump to get it through. So there we are, no oil in there and no oil in there, so it must have gone into the gun. Great. Right, so once you've screwed your cap back on, what I normally do to get that oil through is I put the spear in and I work it up and down a bit to lubricate the inside of the barrel. Right, so to do that, first thing I'm going to do is put the safety on. And then if you've got the power reducer, put it onto the reduced power setting. That'll make it easier for you to push the spear in and out. And then so what I do is I put the spear in there, and I've got the spear up against my foot or on the ground, and then using the loader, hold it at the top of the spear gun there so you don't bend the spear, and put a bit of weight into it. And if you've got the power reducer on, you'll hear the air going through to the going through the one-way valve to the bigger cylinder, and each time you push it down it'll get easier. I'm going to pump this a few times, and then once I've done that a few times, it gets a lot easier to move up and down like this, and that'll oil the piston. So the other thing that I would do once I got to that point is put the spear down on the ground, hold it in the middle of the gun here again so you don't bend the spear, and then I can just push it up and down, and this will lubricate put the oil on the inside of that cylinder. Now that it's pointing down, the oil that we've put at the top here is going to work its way down to the end of the gun. So I'll do that a few times. And there we are, it's not sticking now, I can feel that moving quite smoothly. So there it is, that spear gun's now perfectly oiled, ready for the next season. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you accidentally load your gun, go over to my other video on how to unload a loaded spear gun. But otherwise, thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon. Bye!